Year number 2 in the red and black.
Fights off the 0-2 into left field, and that falls in for a base hit. 0-1. Chopper back up the middle, fielded nicely at second base, the relay to first, and the double play. Cooper Williams getting the start at second.
I think usually plays out pretty well.
Sent back up the middle. Black playing at second base, Cole hustling, and he beats it out for an infield single.
That's impressive. That's just great speed.
1-1 falls in for a base knock. Cole rounding second base. He's headed to third. Here's the throw, and it comes in late. The Owls are on the corners with back-to-back singles in the first. There goes Cash again. 3-2 pitch smacked in the air to right field. Burnett back at the warning track makes the squeeze, and Cole can jog home as Kennesaw State strikes first against UGA. Nate Anderson as Cash takes off, pitches upstairs. Here comes the throw down to second base, and Cash is out at second.
If he can stay right here, he'll be in good shape.
Well, he stays right there on the 1-2 and registers a strikeout of Hunter to begin the second inning.
They just look so much put together right now.
Pops up the 2-2 out to shallow right field. Anderson running on, calls off Williams, and the Owls have 2 away here in the second.
Make it mean something here.
And bounces into 3-2.
To be able to take that changeup away from him.
3-2 is upstairs, so Powell loses the 0-2 count, and Black draws a patient walk.
Taking those good pitches just down or just off makes it really, really tough, just like that one right there.
And Powell again ahead 0-2, cannot finish off the Georgia batter. So the bags are full as the 9 spot steps up, all with 2 outs. 2-2. Grounds this one left side of the infield. Cash picks it up, hesitates, throws the stretch, and it's in time. Sudo with the stretch.
Talk about it right then and there.
Nate Anderson back up and dribbles it up the third base side. Alford with the pick, and the throw is late. Kennesaw State begins with an infield single once again. Runner goes in the 1-1, and it's sent to right field. Trouble with it. And a sliding grab made by Burnett in right field as Anderson hustles back to the bag.
But we talked about it with Coach Johnson.
As Brooks strikes out Smith with 3 pitches.
Gave him that belief,
Runner
and he
goes.
stuck with it.
Throw down, Anderson sliding in, and he's there safely. It's Anderson at second base after the steal. And Posey's able to draw a 2-out walk. And he takes this one out to the gap in left center field. It's down for a base knock. Anderson rounds third. He's in to score. And McDuffie with a 2-out RBI single extends the Kennesaw State lead. Lefty on lefty. Swings at the first offering, and Cole smacks into right field. Burnett cannot handle it. Aaron Posey in to score for the Owls. Cole on his horse into third base. Cole with a big turn, and he holds up there. Chris Cole brings in 2 more with this swing of the bat.
Big hit by Chris Cole. As an outfielder, you want to try and stay on your feet.
I'm sure he'd like to be able to stay in the zone a little bit more, but it seemed like he was pretty amped getting into this game. His injury and setback in my career.
1-2 over the top in the dirt. And Georgia is able to end the inning in the second. 0-2. Cannot there, swing and a miss. Pinson takes him upstairs, and Burnett retired on 3 pitches.
That changeup will be much more deadly.
Can't find the zone here on a 3-2 count, and Georgia draws a 1-out walk. Couple of turns, the 1-2. Grounder back at the middle. Chance for another double play, but it's bobbled by Williams, and he's able to get the out at first.
Collective together.
3-2 swing and a miss. Smith Pinson pulls the string.
He needs to come in and do some damage.
Swings and misses at the 0-2, and Bird comes in with a punch out for the Bulldogs.
Give him some runs and take a little bit of pressure off of him. Things will be better for him.
Well, Justin Bird feeling no pressure right now.
So they're just very consistent and a good, looks like a changeup right there from the pitcher. It's very deceptive and tough to lay off of. you know, was able to be seen by a few scouts, and that helped my draft stock go up a little bit.
Where the home plate umpire wants him, he's throwing some balls at the top of the zone.
Grounds this one through the right side. Runner waved around third base. Obi touches home plate, and Georgia scores for the first time in the ball game.
Struggling here tonight.
And bounces that one away. Runner from third charges home, and Georgia scores for the second time in the inning.
It's being able to find that release point and pounding the strike zone again.
See, like that pitch right there didn't miss by much.
Another 0-2. Swing and a miss. Gibson out of the bullpen with a big punch out of Trey Phelps. So now a 2-2 count from Gibson. Swing and a miss. Gibson jacked up, racing off of the mound, out of the bullpen, back-to-back Ks, and the Bulldogs leave him loaded in the fourth. JT Gibson, dire situation. Lefty up against a couple righties. No match for the Owls hurler.
McConnell, he had a .29 ERA his senior year in high school.
Mine's a little bit more curly than his is.
2-1, Cash gives it to Ride, deep out to right field, and it's dropped out there in right. Burnett can't get it off the wall. Cole over to third base, and he hangs on there. Cash with a double off the wall in right. 1-2, waved on, picked up by the catcher, and Hunter throws him out.
And let it all be forgotten.
0-1 fights it off the hands, a blooper towards first, and a nice stab by Adams, who came on as a pinch hitter. Stepping in the 3 spot, and can't catch up to the heat. 0-1. McCarthy, the center fielder, 0 for 3. Grounded into a double play in the first, 4-3 rollout in the third, a strikeout swinging in the fourth. Clavin 0 for 1 over the weekend, and we have got some chirping with Wes Johnson in the Bulldogs dugout. And Johnson is not happy.
Did he get thrown out? I didn't see it.
Have to check the replay here. We're seeing what you're seeing at home based on our feed from Fifth Third Stadium here in Kennesaw. And
I would assume a warning would be given to both teams right now.
as Renfroe slings it back over to first, and he's out. Hunter out on the pickoff attempt. And Renfroe, after giving up the single, erases the Georgia base runner. 1-2. Swing a fly ball, crushed deep out to left field, and a solo home run for Slade Alford. How big is that pickoff?
I think there's some tensions flaring right now. Alford stood up on that pitch, on that slider that was hung. I see a lot of chirping going on. You know, you're able to watch some pitches like that. You hit a ball that far on a bad pitch, but it's I don't know. He wanted to run, but wanted to watch it too, and the point of the finger. It's just tensions are flaring here tonight.
It doesn't feel like it's 44 degrees in Marietta right now.
That's the type of thing right there that has led to ejections in the past.
Another 0-2. Swinging a line drive past the shift as it rolls into right field. A one-out single for Hunter out of the 4 spot. And Georgia brings up the tying run here in the 7th.
And with that cut ride, that's a tough pitch to stay on.
Can't do it there. Rudy out of the pin with a strikeout.
My stats when I get home to see what my heart rate is for these guys.
0-1. There's a drive deep out to right field, and we're tied up at 4. A leadoff home run for Ryan Black knots up the ball game here in the 8th.
This ball ends up in the territory you don't want to throw into a left-handed hitter. Down and in. Bo Rudy's fastball's most effective up in the zone, which is different than you see from most pitchers.
Posey looks to keep it alive here. Skies the 2-2. Out towards second base. Black drifting back, and the 8th inning comes to a close. During that at-bat is when Johnson was ejected. Swings to the 1-1, sends it in the air. Shallow center field, a triangle of Owls. McDuffie reaching out, and no one can get to it. Clavon at second base. A leadoff double for the Dogs here in the 9th. Hellman to the dish, and that one's bounced to home plate away from Posey. 3-2. Send in the air, right field, Anderson coming on. Underneath it, a two-handed catch. And Clavon hustles back to the bag at third.
The Owls are going to intentionally walk Alford to try and set up a double play.
Here comes the 3-2, and that one's downstairs away from Posey. Runner breaks from third, the flip back to home plate, and Georgia takes the lead as Clavon sneaks in. Two-roll pitch, ripped into right field, a base knock. Runner waved around third, Alford coming home. The throw is cut off, and Georgia extends the lead in the 9th inning. 0-2, and Kane strikes him out. Runner takes second base in the play. The 2-2 is beat down by Harry Kane. Kane fired up in his relief appearance with back-to-back strikeouts. Curley's 3-2. And McDuffie earns a leadoff walk.
Pitchers making them work.
0-1 pitch, fought off the hands, blooped in foul ground, a diving stab at it, and Alford able to make a sensational play in foul ground.
Tip your cap right there to Alford. You won't see many better plays than that, especially not in as big a situation as this is.
Curley delivers. Cash grounds it left side of the infield, and Alford bobbles it over at third, picked up at short, and the throw is late. A web gem to an E5, and Kennesaw State brings the winning run to home plate at Cooper Williams.
If they go to an off-speed pitch, they just have to
swing and a miss.
throw something like that.
Bottom falls out in the Curley offering.
Really hard to do that mid-game, but that's definitely something they will need to work on and practice.
0-2, a beauty of a bender. Sudo's down looking, and Georgia scores 6 unanswered and seals into the 9th to take down Kennesaw State on the road. Curley hangs the breaker to free Sudo, and the Dogs come back and take this one 6-4.